Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. We are back again. Hopefully, this time it will work. So, today's learning is dedicated in memory of all those whose Yortzeit falls today. In particular, we wish long life to Karen Lewis, who I know she has Yortzeit. Julian was in shul earlier. Wish you all long life. So, we were discussing last time, you may recall, about we're up in Ethics of the Fathers, Rabbi Shua ben Prachia. He was, I think it was Rabbi Shua ben Prachia, was stating that we're meant to judge everyone favorably. And that was the last statement that we didn't get to. You know, in English, we have a phrase, don't we? We have many wonderful phrases. But one of the ones that I love is there's no smoke without fire. No smoke without fire. What does that mean, friends? No smoke without fire. That means if there's any type of suspicion, any type of accusation, any rumor, then it must be that it's true. We don't need to ask any questions. We don't need to give them the benefit of the doubt. We don't need to judge them favorably. Automatically, that is it. And in fact, we live in exceptionally the post-truth era, which is what it's been dubbed, is something that's very, very troubling for so many reasons. But one of them, as you're all familiar, is the fact that there is trial by media, by social media. No longer does a person get a chance to represent themselves, a person to clear their name, to be given the benefit of the doubt. No, now it's those which are the trolls and those which are sitting on social media. They will decide your fate. They've never met you. They don't know you. They've never spoken to you. But if they decide that they've got it in for you and that it's going to increase their viewings and their ratings, then they will condemn you. And that can basically write off a person's reputation, their name, their career, everything in one go. The Mishnah, Ethics of the Fathers, the eternal values and teachings of our forefathers, says something very different to Twitter and to Facebook. So we said, you're meant to judge every person favorably. And in fact, this is learnt out from the Torah. It says in the Torah, "B'tzedek tishbot amitecha," that you should judge with righteousness your people, your nation. So what does this mean? I mean, the question is blatant. Does that mean I always have to give you the benefit of the doubt? You know, let's say a wicked person, somebody who's known to be an out and out anti-Semite. Should I still give him the benefit of the doubt, despite the fact that time and again he's been proven to be anti-Semitic? You know, a Jeremy Corbyn, who time and again it was proven that he made that his policy and his behavior called into question his views, and therefore he was seen as anti-Semitic. Maybe I should always give him the benefit of the doubt. So Maimonides distinguishes between three categories of, in fact, this is dealing with Jewish people. Number one are those that are wicked. Number two, those which are intermediate category. And then the third are the righteous. When it comes to a righteous person, then we are meant to bend over backwards because they have what's called a cheskas kashrus, a rebuttable presumption, an assumption that they are innocent until proven guilty. And therefore, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't give them a trial. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't face up to justice. We are not in favor of brushing things under the carpet or ignoring accusations of the victim. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. But what it does mean is I don't automatically presume that person is guilty. It's innocent until proven guilty. Now, let's look at a wicked person. A wicked person, we don't have to give the benefit of the doubt. They have indicted themselves through time and again exhibiting behavior and interactions that have dubbed them as somebody who's evil, whose actions are evil, whose behavior is evil, and therefore, if I don't have to give them the benefit of the doubt. What about an intermediate person? He's most of us, Mr. What do they call it? The man in the Clapham omnibus in legal parlance. The average man, Mr. Joe Bloggs or Mr. Cohen in our case, So we would say that where it is that there is room, there is there is an obvious way of justifying, excusing their behavior, of giving them that benefit of the doubt, then that is what you must do. But where it is that there isn't an obvious way to do it, then you would not be expected to give the benefit of the doubt. So we have three categories, says Maimonides, the Rambam, as to when we do give someone the benefit of the doubt and when we don't. Now, that doesn't mean that anyone would be trialed by media, God forbid. Everyone is entitled to a trial. But in terms of seeing them in society, in terms of deciding, for example, whether somebody is fit to be, let's say, a witness for a wedding or a witness for other things, who is suitable? Who am I going to choose? Who can I rely upon? Whose opinion, if they, if they're vouching for somebody, can I rely on them? Can I rely on a friend who's time and again let me down, has proven to be a liar and a thief? So therefore, I wouldn't have to give that person the benefit of the doubt. There's an important point that's discussed by the commentators, and that is as follows. When we give someone the benefit of the doubt, we are doing so not just for their benefit, but in fact, it's also for ours. Because the way that we judge others, says God, is the way that I am going to judge you. It's midah keneged midah. It's quid pro quo, tit for tat. The way that we interact is the way that God's going to choose to repay us. Or as Rav Sachs said, Kamayim ponim el ponim, King Solomon says, if you look at a person, if you look at your reflection in the water, so therefore, when you move your arm, the reflection moves. So it is, says Rav Sachs, that the way that we behave, the way that our interactions are reflected in others. We love others, they love us back. We give to others, they give us back. We show dislike and selfishness towards others, that's the way they'll treat us in return. And therefore, says Rav Sachs, if we want to be treated, if we want to be judged and treated and judged favorably, given the benefit of the doubt, then that is what we must do to others, and we will be paid in kind by the Almighty. A fascinating concept that we could discuss from now to the cows come home. Just a couple of comments. Let's just see what everyone is saying. Who makes that judgment, though, of evil? Well, it's the Torah does, because we have a legal system, Andrea. So, for example, if somebody is convicted or proven that they are deceitful, that they've carried out criminal behavior, unless I can see clearly that they have gone through a process of teshuvah, of rehabilitation, then I cannot presume that they have changed, and I don't have to give them the benefit of the doubt. In other words, a person, let's say, who's defrauded millions from people, a Ponzi scheme or something of the like. Now that person wants me to trust them, or he wants me to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's what we're talking about. So I wouldn't be obligated by the Torah to give a person who has a proven track record of deceit, of lies, of falsehood. I would not be automatically expected to give them the benefit of the doubt unless they have shown that they have mended their ways. I hope that helps. It's a fascinating concept, and there is much, much to say. But critically, it means that when it comes to most people, and that means our children included, yes, our children included, we shouldn't presume that they are guilty. We shouldn't be accusatory. We have to have open questions. We have to be curious. We have to try and explore with them what's going on for them. I'm interested to understand, where were you, or what have you been up to? I just want to understand, what's going on for you. And if it's a matter of trying to understand and to help them, then rather than accusing them and being overly critical and negative towards them, they are more likely to open up and to share with us what's going on in their days and in their lives. wishing everyone well. It was a pleasure learning with you this morning, as it is every morning. We wish good morning to Clarice, to Peter, to Rachel, and Peter, wish your wife long. We wish her well, Refuah Shalema, to Rachel, to Andrea, to Estelle, to Richard, and to Andrea again. Just a reminder, tonight, experimenting for Yom Yerushalayim, a little program, around half an hour. It's online. It's been advertised with Rabbi Blach and myself. The first time we're going to be starring on Zoom together. Not sure how it's going to work. We're specifically doing it on Zoom because we know that some people aren't on social media and they have requested, despite the fact that it's easier to do it on social media, they would like it on Zoom. So we aim to please. So looking forward to seeing you all later. Let's just finish with Psalm of the Day. Let's just do a different one today. We'll do Esa Enai. Shela Malos, Esa Enai El Harim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri Me'im Adonai, Osei Shamayim Va'aretz. Al Yitein Namot Raglecha, Al Yanum Shomrecha. Hinei Lo Yanum V'Lo Yishan Shem Yisrael, Anai Shomrecha, Anai Zizchad Yadim Menecha, Yoim HaMashem Shlokecha V'Yirech B'Layla, Adonai Shmocha Mekaroi, Shmos Nafshecha, Adonai Shmos Eitcha V'Oecha Me'atav V'Olam. It's interesting. I was asking some teenagers, what does it mean for you, the Platinum Jubilee? You know what the response was? A deafening silence. Discuss it with your family. What does it mean to have a monarch, to have a queen? What does it mean for us as Jews? Why is it that the queen is so significant? Why do we make a blessing over seeing the queen? You ever thought about it? Why is it, Jews from around the world want to come to see for one split second the queen? There is a very deep Jewish concept here, and Her Majesty certainly exemplifies the virtues that we see in Malchus, in kingship, and therefore there is significance for us. And looking forward to all the celebrations. We will continue throughout the week, and if you want to be festooned and to wear your Union Jack or anything else when we are learning together on Thursday and Friday, I will let you, even your Union Jack pajamas, Richard, we will let you wear them as long as we are on StreamYard. And we're looking forward to some wonderful celebrations in our streets, in our community, and in our homes. Take care. Have a great day.